great Good Friday and is doing great and having a great start to the weekend. Hope you're having a day off, just like myself. Um, if you are watching this right now, give this video a thumbs up. If you're watching it on the replay, thumbs up and comment and let me know you're part of the replay crew so I know who you are. And also subscribe to Fish Easy on YouTube because his channel's growing. We're gonna have memberships over there, and it's a wealth of knowledge, and it's different knowledge than what you get here. He's a very well-versed master breeder, and you can learn a lot from his channel as well. So highly recommend checking out Fish Easy and going and giving him a subscription. What's going on, Silver Creek Aquatics? What's going on, Red Laser? Medina Aquatics, Longfin Lagoon, Fin Sanity Aquatics. I don't have you on our chat group. I highly recommend joining the chat group. What's going on, Michael? Fishies is actually on his way here. What's going on, Playco Fever? Uh, I'm sorry, buddy. Uh, Joseph, what's going on, Joseph? Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Aquarium Nord, what's going on? Zebra Playco fans, what's going on? Chris, what's going on? What's going on, Dars Aquatics? The Fish Plumber, what's going on? What's going on? Fishy Plumber, hey, hey, hey. Shady Grady, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's having a great weekend. So first off, I'm gonna really quickly highlight all the stores where you can find our fish, because everybody's messaging me constantly asking me where can we buy your fish. So we have had quite a bit of sales the last 30 days, and you can find our fish at various locations across GTA. Pretty much every store across the GTA, except a few. It's probably easy to name the ones that don't carry our fish, but I will name the ones that do. If you are in the Greater Toronto area and you're in Brampton or Mississauga, highly recommend checking out Brampton Big L's. They carry a lot of our fish. They have our discus, they have our rams, they also have our angel fish and Lucy's. They also have some gold rams, which are not available in many of the other stores right now. So they're the only ones that have our gold rams right now. Highly recommend checking out Brampton Big L's. Go and ask for our fish by name. Say if you have, ask them for fish from Michael Fish Easy and Malik at Aqua Malik from aquarium.biz. So that's our company, Aquarium Biz. Ask them for Aquarium Biz fish, and you can find out what they have in stock and help them out, buy some fish. Check them out. Also, if you are in Mississauga, again, go to Fanatics to find our Torictis maculopinus, which are these guys right here. We have quite a bit of these, but the largest ones, which are like almost breeding size, like about that big, 2.5 inches or so, they're only available at Fanatics, which is on Dixie Road here in Mississauga. Ask when you go to Fanatics, ask for fish from Aqua Malik and Fish Easy. Any store you go to, ask for us by name so that they know that you guys are coming to find our fish there, so that they're not thinking, oh, this is a random customer that I already had that's coming here to buy fish and happens to buy some fish from these guys. No, go and let them know you are here to buy our fish and ask for us by name. Okay, so Fanatics in Mississauga on Dixie Road, you can go check them out. Kanjan does have some of our fish, some of our angels, but very limited supply. So if you're there in the next few days, you might be able to get some from them. But they're the only ones that have the platinum pearl scales from us right now. So Kanjan, go check them out over there. If you are in Mississauga downtown or close to that area, you can check out Mississauga Big L's. They have black rams from us. They have German rams from us. They also have some of our angels. But they are probably sold out for a lot of these fish because our fish do not tend to stay in the store shelves for too long. They get picked up real quickly. So, check them out, see what they have left. Right across the street from Mississauga Big L's is Discount Dragon Aquarium. They have a huge variety of our fish, including angel fish, rams, black rams, and many others, and discus as well. So go check them out. Let them know you're here to find fish from Aqua Malik and Fish Easy, and buy the fish that they have that are from us. Ask for us by name. So those are the ones that are in Mississauga and Brampton. If you are downtown Toronto, you can go to Tails and Scales, which is on Dundas Street West. And you can find our black rams, our blue rams, as well as our Lucy's over there in stock. I think the black rams might be sold out because they don't tend to stay in stock for too long. But check them out, see what they have left. And they also do shipping, and you can buy their stuff online. It's one of the stores you can actually buy our fish online. If you are also in that area, you can go check out Aquatropica, which is at 473D Rogers Road. They have our angels, our lucies, our black rams, our blue rams, various other fish. Check him out. Bob is amazing. Say hi to him. Tell him you're here to find fish from Aqua Malik and Fish Easy, and he will show you which tanks carry our fish. Now, if you are in the east of Toronto, which is Scarborough and Markham and North York areas, you can find our fish right now at Magical Aquarium Club, which is on Kennedy Road at Ellesmere. They have a huge variety of our fish, a lot of angels, some black rams, which might be sold out already, and a bunch of German rams as well. So check them out. Go say hi to Vince, and say, Malik sent me to your store. I'm here to find angels from Aqua Malik, and you can find our fish there. If you are in Markham, you can go to Dragon King Aquarium, which is on Steeles Avenue and Midland at Markham. It's across the street from the Pacific Mall. Very large store. A third of their store at least has our fish. They're the ones that exclusively have our red cover angels. They have quite a large supply of our red cover angels. Highly recommend checking them out. They also have some of our other angels, some rams as well, but they mostly exclusively carry our red cover angels. So highly recommend going there if you want to find high quality red cover angels, long fin and short fin, red devils, red caps, red tricolor koi, all that good stuff. They're the ones that exclusively carry these fish right now, so highly recommend checking them out. And huge selection of fish over there. I'm pretty sure I missed a few stores here and there, but if you are in Barrie, you can also find our fish at Tropical Gems in Barrie. Go say hi to Hank and say, hey, Aqua Malik sent me. I want to find fish from Aqua Malik. They're the only store in Barrie that carries our fish right now, so I highly recommend checking them out. Longfin Lagoon out in Kingston also carries our fish. He sells online, so you can find our fish at Longfin Lagoon. He's actually a channel member as well, and a subscriber and a great friend. So highly recommend checking them out if you want to buy our fish east of Toronto in Kingston area, all Montreal and so on and so forth. He can ship to you guys. As well, if you want to buy our fish across the country, you can buy our fish at the6aquatics.com or .ca actually. They carry our black ram pairs. Exclusively the Six Aquatics and Magical are the only ones that have the black rams that are breeding size and jumbo. So highly recommend checking them out. They both carry them online. You can buy them, and the six ships across Canada, airport to airport. So highly recommend checking them out. And Longfin Lagoon also can ship you fish across the country, and aquatopia.ca as well, which is the partner of Magical. So he also carries our black rams and can ship across the country. My pleasure, Longfin Lagoon. Highly recommend checking out. If you can put your website link down below, Ryan, that would help, because then people can go to your website directly. So those are the stores that carry our fish right now. I probably missed a store or two here and there, but I'm sorry if I did. Just trying my best to remember all the stores, and also to get you guys out to these pet stores. It's springtime, it's nice weather. It's sunny right now, it's warm. I'm actually outside without a shirt on, like a bit earlier. It's gorgeous weather to go to the pet store, visit and buy new fish. Highly recommend going to these stores and checking them out. Let them know that you are there to buy our fish by name, because that way they know that we're sending them customers and people are coming to buy our fish. And Longfin Lagoon says running on Monday. The website is being rebuilt at the moment. It will be up. Oh, nice. There you go. So that's his YouTube. So follow him there, and then you know exactly where. Delaware, USA. We can ship to the US, but it's quite expensive. We are focusing on local sales right now, but moving forward in 2023 and 2024, we will be planning to expand to the US market. We are exclusively supplying the Toronto market right now with black rams, angels, German rams, and plecos and various other things. But we do want to expand to the US as we become more established. So that's a plan that we have, and I will let everybody know as we do get to that milestone. The only thing that's stopping us from shipping to the US at the moment is we are shipping through UPS or FedEx through a Reptile Runner, and it costs quite a bit, $310 American per box of fish. So if you are willing to pay the box price and the shipping cost, then we can ship to the US without an issue. But I'd rather just ship within Canada and deal with the Canadian market because the price is so high right now. If we can get that price down to a more reasonable price for our customers in the US, we have a lot of pet stores that do want to buy fish from us that we are willing to ship to, but we just want to get that price down to a more reasonable number. So that's where we are with that. Having said that, let's get into the fun part of today's video, which is the unboxing. It's about 10 minutes in, so sorry about the long intro. We have all these boxes that arrived from various different things. I feel like it's Christmas. I feel like it's Christmas morning. So me and the doggy are gonna... Doggy's sleeping right here. Lazy bastard. There she is. All right, we're gonna do some unboxing, right? That's what we're here for. So Christmas morning, right? So Good Friday is like Christmas, you know. At least to me, because got a lot of presents. What's going on, Audra? Hi, Red Laser. I think I said hi to you, but if I haven't, hey. These are all fish stuff. I've been piling all my deliveries this week, just so that I can unbox with you guys and girls on Friday today. So got a box of... I love this box. I mean, it's really cool. It's really pretty. It's an Amazon delivery box. I'm not a huge fan of Amazon per se, but you know, the boxes are cool. What did we order? We ordered some more boxes. Box inside a box. Okay, so we ordered these cute little Aqua Clear 300, not Aqua Clear, sorry, Penplax Cascade 300 internal filters. These are one of my personal favorite filters. I really love these little guys. I have some of these that are about 10 years old, still functioning. Here, I'll show you one of them. So this is a 10-year-old Penplax power head. Works like new, perfectly fine, and I'm using it on one of our discus pairs. What's going on, John, Virgil? Okay, so if I missed your names, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I'm on my phone. It's not the most convenient thing to use, but it does work well. Excuse me, the camera is nice. And yes, if you are watching this right now, there's 29 of you, 11 likes. So get that like button, press hard, okay? Give me some thumbs up because it helps out quite a bit. Now, Cascade internal filters. Why do I like these? So they are quite durable. They last forever. Like I have Cascades that are like... Penplax is one of my favorite brands of aquarium products. Not a paid subscription or anything like that, or advertisement or anything. They did not send this for free. I paid, you know, full price for these guys. I buy them because they're good. I buy them because they're functional, and I buy them because they're very long lasting. And they're 17 thumbs up right now, so let's go. Let's bring those thumbs up to 30. Okay, internal filter, spray bar, blah 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 blah. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. We're just gonna open one up, see how it looks, and set it up quickly so we can see what this is. And these guys are super economical. The reason I really like these, they last forever, and one of these is $20. $20, okay? I could have one of these in every single one of my tanks, and it still would not cost me an arm and a leg, okay? It's really efficient, so I really like these for that purpose. They're cheap, they're well made, they last forever, and they do a very good job at keeping your tank water polished, okay? So these are the things what I like about them. Downsides, I mean, I've used these forever, so I do have some things I don't like about them. One of the things I don't like, not with this particular design, because this one is actually quite easy to take apart, but some of the larger ones, these little notches and stuff are not the most you know, easiest to take apart and things like that. And And the next thing I personally don't like is this carbon block. What's going on, US Caper? I thought I saw you earlier, but I didn't say hi. I'm sorry, I missed you. But I did say hi now. Now this carbon block is not something I like. I never use this. These just go in the garbage. But what you can do is you can open this guy up. This comes apart. So if you use a screwdriver, you can pop this out and take out the carbon, and you can put biological media in here, or you can use it. I've also used this without the carbon inside, upside down like this. Um, ugh, Without this whole assembly, the internal pieces, so that it works as a sieve, kind of preventing the floss that I put in here as a secondary filter media. I like to stuff this with floss, you know what I mean? This sponge is really nice, it works really well, but I like to stuff it with floss on top of the sponge to give it additional polishing to my water. This part I don't use, so that's something I don't really like, I guess. But overall, it is a very good filter. I personally don't like to use this particular spray bar, although I don't mind it. They do work really well. The purpose of this is to add air, so you can open the top. You know, this is really well designed, and these things have never changed for the last 25-30 years. I've had these forever. I have a few that are like I've lost the parts, but they still work really well. You know what I mean? They don't break. This motor is really well built. Cheap plastic down here, so you got to be careful with this bit. But again, it's very durable. I've dropped these in like all kinds of things. Very, very, you know, like I pull them by the cord. The one I have downstairs, I constantly move from tank to tank. I pull it out of the tank with the cord. You know, I abuse these quite a bit, actually, to be completely honest. And even with the level of abuse that I put them through, they've lasted me a good, you know, 10 years now, and they're still going strong. So really highly recommend if you are looking for internal filters. These are like my personal favorites. So let's take all the bits that we're not going to use, throw them all in here, because we're not going to use these bits. I might use this instead of this. I personally prefer this one here, but for, you know, the sake of trying something new, because I use this quite often, and I dropped something. Where did that come from? Oh, okay. I don't even know what that piece is. Okay, that's not from there. Okay. Anywho, so that's what I got. That's one of the things that I got. I really like them. It works really well, and very durable, long-lasting, very efficient filters. What's going on, B-Boy Graphics? So what I like to do is I take all these extra bits, I put it into one of the boxes, and I put it away, and I never look at it again. But I never throw them out. I don't know why, but I'm one of those people that I think it will come in handy one day, eventually, and they sometimes do. So every once in a while, I'll be looking for something to do on my tank, or to fix something, or you know, whatever, and I'll find one of these boxes with like these knickknacks, and I will end up using those little bits and pieces for different purposes. So they do come in handy. Okay, so I bought 4 of these. That's all they had in stock. I did want more, but they only had 4, so I bought the 4 they had in stock. So I'm not gonna open the rest of them. Y'all know exactly what happens, what it is, and so on and so forth. We got some other stuff here we're gonna open and look at. Okay, so let's try to get this box opened without hurting myself, because sometimes I'm too clumsy, and I do end up hurting myself trying to open boxes and stuff, or something stupid, you know. Like, anyways, all right. Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward box to open. Okay, there we go. Open one side, open the other side. Okay, I taped it up really well. Okay, I still got it open, which is great. All right, okay, mega unboxing of all this stuff. Oh, there we go. That's what I didn't want it to happen, but it happened. All right, let me put this stuff back. in. I don't want to lose any of these bits. Okay, all right. What we got are some lights. New member. Hey, hey, hey. Who's the new member? Let's see. Heather Simpson. Hi, Heather. You've been a member before, so thank you for rejoining. And I think you're in the chat, but if you're not, let me know. Anybody that's not in the chat group, please let me know. It's really useful information in the chat. I mean, we do talk about random stuff as well, but there was a question about the pH going up and down in your aquarium yesterday, and I was answering it, and one of the new members that just joined the chat was like amazed at the amount of information they received just by reading the conversation. So that was quite interesting. I thought it was funny, and like it was nice to hear that they felt that they got he got his money's worth, which is nice. Um, what's going on, Dar Aquatics? Yes, thank you. Uh, Jedi Gaming, hey, what fishes can I keep with my blue Acara, and also what filter to use? I mean, you have quite a lot of options. Happy Friday, B-Boy Graphics. Fry are now about 2 months old. Thanks for the knowledge you share on your videos. My pleasure, you escaper. You know what? I want some of those rare Paraguay babies from you, man. Carlos, I'm not even kidding. Send me some baby fish. Fish Sanity. I missed you. I'm sorry, Fish Sanity. Um, John Virgil, I said hi. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, question time. So, Jedi Gaming wants to know what fish you can keep with your blue Acara. Basically, anything that is of equal size and temperament. Meaning fish that usually I would stick to South American fish. So larger tetras you can get away with, like diamond tetras or bleeding heart tetras. You know, things like that. Anything that gets to about 5-6 centimeters, or 2.5 inches or larger, you can easily put with your blue Acaras without any issue. You can get away with angelfish if it's a large enough tank. Uh, oh, that's okay, Heather. I know you're awesome. You're not new. I know. So with blue Acaras, you can keep a lot of South American fish. It all depends on how big your tank is and what type of filtration you're running and what kind of structure you have in there in terms of hiding places. For example, I've seen people keep German rams with blue Acaras successfully in larger tanks. I've seen people keep Africans with them successfully. It's just, you know, large enough tank. You have to consider a few different things of like the different fish going in, what are their requirements, what type of hides they need, where would each of them would want to hide, and what type of territory they might want to hold. But after you've addressed those things, it's not really difficult to pick fish for them. They're not the most aggressive fish as long as they're not breeding, but when they do start to breed, you might want to separate them into their own tank because they can get quite territorial when they do have babies, especially in a small tank. So anything under like 90 gallons or 4 feet by 2 feet type of size, which is 120 centimeters by 60 centimeters base diameter. Anything smaller than that, you might get aggression and stuff if a pair is breeding in the tank and there's not a lot of structure for them to hide and protect their babies. But aside from that, you should be okay. In terms of filters, you are going to be dealing with a larger tank, so something large enough to deal with the water volume, like a canister filter or large hang on the back, or several, you know, decent sized like AquaClear 110s or something like that, 2 AquaClear 110s, something like that. It all depends on your stocking density and what type of fish you're keeping and how many of each type of fish you have in there, and how big they are, how much food you're putting in. So all these are variable things that change based on your individual circumstance. So I can't just say use this filter and you'll be good, because every tank and every person's setup is different. So that's something you have to figure out based on those things. Hopefully that helps. So this box has some lights. These are all the bits that come with the lights. I'm not gonna pull out all the lights or anything. It's the same type of lights we're using throughout the whole fish room. That's the box it comes in. It's the Barina T5 integrated fixture, and these are 4-foot 6-pack of these amazing lights. So we're gonna be lighting up some of the tanks upstairs and stuff, and the tanks that don't have a lot of lighting here down here. We are gonna be setting up these lights for those tanks. So stay tuned, and it will be fun and awesome. And you guys can follow along as we get the upstairs up and running. Also, there's a few rooms that are still under construction. This area is still under construction, and there's a whole bunch of other things that need to be done, but we are slowly getting through them. Um, John Virgil wants to know, what would you put in a 33 long? I mean, you can ideally put anything in a 33 long, as long as they stay within the within under about 5 inches of length. So like right now I have two 33 longs. I have several Pleco breeding groups in them. I have some large angels in them. I have tetras, some corridoras. I mean, these tanks are being broken down, but at the moment they are up and running, and the Plecos are breeding. I'm pretty sure the corys are laying eggs. The angels are definitely breeding. We've gotten spawns from them in the tanks. So 33 long is a very decently sized tank, which you can do a lot with, as long as you keep your fish in mind what size your fish are going to end up at. Anything that gets too large might not be ideal for them, but most of the stuff that you find as community in your aquarium store can be kept in a 33 long quite comfortably. So again, do your research, figure out the size of the fish at maturity, figure out how many you can keep, how much space you need per fish. So these things are subjective, that you have to do some research on. But as far as keeping the average fish, like even a pair of discus can be kept quite successfully in a 33 long. So there's a lot of options with that tank. All right. So we're gonna move on with the unboxing. There's a lot more stuff to unbox. If you do like this type of content, hit the like button. It does help me out quite a bit. The more you like, the more YouTube shows this to other people, and especially in Canada with the new censorship bill, independent content creators such as myself are being shadow banned by our government, because they want to control the media landscape on the YouTube platforms and on social media in general. So if you do not actively subscribe and hit the notifications, and also follow along and stay in touch through other means of communication, we will set up a locals page actually. And all these videos are available on Rumble as well. If you do not actively stay in touch with the people that we are following, you will not see content from creators like myself, because we are being shadow banned by our government through Bill C-11, which is the new internet censorship bill that the Liberal government here in Canada passed to limit the content exposure of creators such as myself. So highly recommend subscribing, hitting all notifications, following Fish Easy on YouTube, as well as connecting with myself and Fish. It's easy through social media such as Facebook, and soon to be connecting through locals as well, because I want to stay in touch with you guys and girls. I do have a lot of new content planned, and when this new content gets released, I want you guys to be able to access it and not be hindered by government censorship. This is really why I need your help, liking this video, hitting all notifications, becoming members. All the things you do to support the channel really helps, especially in times like this when content creators such as myself are being shadow banned literally by the government for censorship purposes. So am I live on Rumble? I haven't figured out the Rumble situation yet, but I'm definitely going to start doing more stuff on Rumble, especially with the new channel I want to create. That's something I've been working on in my spare time a little bit. I do want to create a new content that are more political satire, just because somebody has to speak up against what's happening, and that would be most likely exclusively on Rumble, or majority of the content would be on Rumble. So I had to figure out how to live stream on Rumble and all that good jazz as well. I'm definitely not moving out of YouTube for this channel. This is going to be the main platform for it, at least for now. But moving forward, I'm moving my content out of YouTube and into other platforms just because I don't want to be censored. You know what I mean? Like, I like free speech. I think that's a fundamental right, being a human being. And I fully believe in the freedom of expression. And so I want to maintain my freedom of expression. And for that, I think I'm gonna move out of YouTube and into other platforms for the new content that I'm planning to create, because nobody likes to be censored. Nobody wants the government to tell you what you can and cannot say. Anyways, moving on, we're gonna do some unboxings. Um, we have two giant boxes from Germany. Thank you, Sandy Dorothy. I'm gonna go find a knife because I don't want to ruin my nails today. Every time I do an unboxing, oh, those are my tanks behind us. Ooh, look at that, so pretty. uh, all right, we're gonna go find a knife. So if you are a young person and you are gonna use a knife, ta-da, please, or any type of cutting tool, please get an adult to help you with this process, because you do not want to hurt yourself. And if you're klutzy like myself, it's probably better to get an adult to help you either. But I don't have an adult here right now, so I'm gonna take the risk and open this myself. Okay? But it's always good to get somebody else to help you with this stuff if you are prone to hurting yourself randomly through stupidity. Okay? Or if you're young. So let's put the knife away somewhere safe. Okay, did that. Didn't cut myself, so that's a plus. All right, so we got a giant box here. Oh my God, it's heavy. This one's heavy, but the other one's heavier. We got a lot of stuff, so let's see what we got. Okay, got a piece of cardboard, which is garbage. We're gonna throw that out. Got some packing material. Throw that out. Got some more packing material. So, fun story about censorship. The Prime Minister created a YouTube channel, and people have gone and reported his channel for misinformation and disinformation, and his channel is being banned on YouTube now because people have been reporting his channel. So I thought it was quite interesting and entertaining to see the government censorship bill being used against the government to try and teach them a lesson on censorship. So it was funny to watch. Anyways, fun story. This happened in the last few weeks. So Canadian politics is quite interesting, actually. I mean, not as interesting as American politics. We have not started imprisoning our political opponents yet, but it might happen soon. So, you know, not really holding my breath. So yeah, in this box we have some stuff. We got, oh wow, look at this. We got Astro Color Tropical. So not a paid advertisement. They did not give me any money, but we do like this stuff. So this is the flake. This is 2 kilograms. Not the most economic fish food, because 2 kilograms of this stuff is still quite expensive. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. We do need this. 11 liters. So they sell it by the liter. This is just for color enhancing for our discus and some of our red angels. And I'm gonna use that food for that purpose. The next food we got is this stuff here, which is Tropical Pro Defense. So I really wanted this for internal digestive issues. This has probiotics and other things that are good for digestion for your fish. And so we're going to be feeding this periodically to help with our fish's digestion, mostly for our discus, angelfish, black rams, not for plecos. These foods are not being used on our plecos predominantly, although I might use this on some of the ancestral species, because you know it's not bad to have probiotics in their guts. So this has probiotics, beta glucan, multivitamins, and carotenoids. Okay, nice. So something cool I wanted to try out with the fish and see how it does. Rest is all packing materials, some power head for I guess Ehan is what is this? Canister filter, probably. This is probably like a canister filter box. So we're gonna throw all this junk into this box now, and make sure we didn't throw anything that we bought out. Okay. And okay. So moving on to the next box, which is the big box. Oh, it was so funny me having to carry this out of the mall because my post office is inside the mall. What's going on, Tom? Well, thank you for stopping by, and I love your new content. I haven't become a member yet, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I know Michael is a member of me on your channel, and I'm gonna become a member as well. I just haven't gotten around to that part yet. Just been busy with other stuff. But thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for your amazing content. I learned a lot from Tom. So moving on to our next box. This is a big box. So this box, I was at the post office, and the postal employee, who I thought was quite lazy, did not want to bring this up to the front. What's going on, Nonstop Aquatics? So everybody check out Jonathan Walker, Nonstop Aquatics. He has some he has some zebs that are just starting to trap. So we were on the phone yesterday trying to figure that out, and so I'm looking forward to hearing some good news from you soon. Shady Grady says hi, Tom. Bye, Tom. I'm pretty sure he's still there. But so it was funny because the lazy postal employee didn't want to bring my box to the front because she kept saying that it's too heavy. So I said, you know, I have to carry this out of the mall, like up a flight of stairs and into the parking lot and down the parking lot into my car. Like, I mean, it's not an easy box to carry. And I'm not complaining. All you had to do is bring it to the front, and she still refused to bring it to the front. She kept telling me that I had to come to the back and pull it out myself. So it was funny because even the postman did not deliver it to my house. Although I was home that day, they put a label on the front saying you have to come to the post office to pick it up. And then they sent me a email saying that the reason that it wasn't delivered was because they didn't actually have the package when they dropped the notice. So whatever, this all happened. I had to go and pick it up at the post office, which I wasn't happy about, but we did get our fish food, which I am happy about. This stuff came from Germany. Aquaristic shop. I will put the link. You can buy the... Oh, not a good sign. Okay. One of the boxes, one of the containers broke. Alright, this is going to be fun. Trying to get this out without spilling fish food all over my floor. It's not Ebo. It's Dr. Basilier. Okay, so let me get the box, the containers that are not broken. So this one is not broken. Okay, we got one out. We got a whole bunch of these, so let's hope we don't spill any Basilier because this stuff ain't cheap. Okay, got two out. The other one is cracked. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, you see Dad's working, right? No, out of the room. Go on, go on. She wants to get around all the stuff on the floor, and she's like, no, let me through. Okay, found a Cyprex thing. Okay. Is there anything else that I need in here? No. Okay. All right, let me just throw all this stuff out. I'm gonna get another container. What's going on, Jeff Kane? Am I gonna be getting Ebo soon? I'm not, because we have so much Ebo. I mean, you can see I bought 18 kilos of this stuff. Okay. This is just 6. Oh my God, these things are broken. These containers did not do well through the shipping process. They threw it around. You can see they threw the box around, like, because it was too heavy. It's not even that heavy. It's 18 kilos, which is about 45 pounds. I mean, the average person should be able to carry 45 pounds. It's not a lot of weight. You know what I mean? Like, my dog weighs 120 pounds, and I can carry my dog. I have carried my dog. Like, there's times she refuses to walk. There's times, you know, she's sick or something's wrong with her. I have to carry up the stairs. She's 120 pounds, a third of what this box weighs. So I don't understand how these postal employees get to destroy our packages just because they're lazy and unable to lift a basic thing like 40 pounds or 45 pounds. I'm really upset about what I'm seeing here, and there's nothing I can do. Even though I paid a couple of $100 in shipping, there's nothing I can do about this. If they damage my product, I have to grin and bear it, because you know they don't insure international shipments. And even if they did, I would have to pay a couple of $100 more. And what am I gonna, get my fish food back, which is only 150 bucks worth? So I'm not happy about this situation. I'll show you how it looks. This is the container. Here. See, it's cracked from the bottom. It's cracked to the side, which means they probably threw this around this box. This box was not in the best shape either when it came in. Look, you can see it's all, ricketied out. So anywho, not happy about that. But the good thing is we do have backup containers, which I'm going to use right now to put my fish food into, because the stupid postal staff don't care about our product, our parcels. You know, it's frustrating, and this is why I don't like shipping fish, because if this is how they treat dry goods, imagine how they treat live animals, right? Like, I've had like very bad experiences with shipping things in general with postal staff. I mean, we're shipping right now. We are shipping paramecium, and so Michael's been going to the post office, and depending on who's working at the post office, some days they make us pay $16 for a shipment to the U.S. The same shipment, exact same shipment, and then some days it's only $3 or less. So it depends on who works at the post office. They decide to. It's very arbitrary. You know what I mean? So this type of things bother me quite a bit. So, anyways, I do have a container here that is from our previous Basileer. So this was opened on 30th of December 2022. So basically this year, January 1st, or the day before the 1st. And this 6 kilos of food is already done. I have no more Basileer left. It's very, like, I think there's a few crumbles here and there in some containers. I've been conserving this for the last few weeks because we were waiting for the new shipment. So one of these 6 kilo Basileer containers lasts us about 3 months, to be realistic. So all of January, all of March, all of February, and all of March. So 3 months per container. So what we have here, these 18 kilos will probably last us till about Christmas, which is when we would need to order more. Okay, that's for Basileer. But the Tetra stuff, it also is about 2 to 3 months per, 4 kilo container, 4.4 kilos, I think. So we go through about 10 kilos of food in 3 months, give or take. Okay, that's the rough estimate, and each kilo costs us between $50 and $60 Canadian. With shipping and all the other trimmings, sometimes a little bit more if you have to pay duty and stuff. So, we do spend quite a bit on fish food to feed our fish the highest quality food with the best nutrition. And we don't want to go cheap and buy local products just because they're cheaper. We have tried other foods aside from Dr. Basileer, and we don't get the same results as Dr. Basileer. In terms of growth, the health of fish, the vibrance of color, how long they live in terms of adult fish, how good they do in terms of egg production, all these things. Dr. Basileer seems to be the most superior product in terms of fish food that we have here. Tetra, I mean, it's good as a color enhancing food. It fills up the fish. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more filling than the Dr. Basileer. I would say fish tend to eat it a lot faster, especially large discus and stuff. But in terms of quality, I think the Dr. Basileer is still more superior. And the tanks that we feed Dr. Basileer to, the water change is less. They produce less waste. They consume most of the food really fast. The food doesn't go bad in the water. There's a lot of benefits. I did have Dr. Basileer on this channel for an interview. I just purchased his new book on fish diseases. So I mean, with my own money, he's not sending me a free copy or anything, and I didn't ask him for it either because I think I want to support what he does. But I will try to get him back on the channel to explain to us about fish diseases, which is his new book. Highly recommend checking that out. I'll try to get a link and put it on the description as well. But I think when we have the book at hand, that's when we will do more videos about it, and also have him on the channel to talk about his book. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Oh, you're not talking to me. Okay, you're talking to Heather. Well, that's still good. uh, um, Laban Turner. Fishies is on his way here. Canada Post is awful, but USPS is not that much better either. Um, you know, don't get me started on the Queen's Postal Service, but anywho, what's going on, Cloud? Crawfish farming. I mean, it's a very lucrative business, I would say, depending on where you are. Like on what part of the country or state or wherever. Some parts of U.S. you can actually catch crawfish naturally. So I think they're called crawdaddies. Crawdaddy. I can't eat crawfish, but I've caught crawfish for with other people. I do enjoy it quite a bit. It's not my specialty, so I don't know a lot about it beyond that. I would say do a lot of research. Um, you know, find out what you need to know, like find out local regulations in your area and stuff, because that's something I think you would have to really look into. And be wary of self-cloning crawfish, because they are invasive in most parts of the world now, and they are also considered a threat or invasive species, and they can easily get into a water body and outcompete everything else in the water in a very short period of time. So highly recommend doing research and figuring out what you can and cannot keep, and go from there. Okay, so in terms of our broken container here, let me safely flip this upside down. Okay, I just don't want to spill any fish food because this stuff is expensive. Like one of these containers, this fish order costed over $1,000, like just for this fish food order. And I don't want to lose any of the food, because at $1,000 each of these, which are the three largest things in the box, is about $300. You know what I mean? So that's how much we actually paid for one of these. If this were to break and fall in the box, that's how much money I'd be losing. So thank God they do. Like Aquarium Monster is really good with this stuff, because they did thought about this, and they've actually packed it into a second container, which is good, like a bag, right? So this container is garbed, and throw this one out. I do really like these containers for like fish purposes, like you use it for transferring fish and things of that sort, but that one's broken. So cloud. Oh yeah, no, indoor is good. Uh, Aw, thanks, Sandy. I think so, right, Heather? They're the same thing. Crayfish, crawfish. Yeah, yeah. I think they're the same thing. I mean, they're different. There's different species of crayfish and crawfish, and they're just freshwater lobsters essentially, um, or smaller versions of them. That's as far as I know. I'm not an expert in crawfish, so don't quote me on it. They are good food. What's going on, Dennis? They work really well. The Cascade 300. I find Penplax products are very long lasting. I have quite a bit of their products that are 10, 20 years old. Like some of their underground filters I have are 10 plus years old. They work really well. They work forever. I have filters here. I'm pretty sure some of these Penplax filters I have are over 10 years in the house. Um, because I bought it when I moved to the last place, which was 13 years ago. Or some of them, I didn't carry any of it from the old location because when I moved from my parents, I got rid of a lot of the stuff I had. And then, moving into the downtown facility, the apartment, I moved from, like being like basically homeless into that place or not having a stable home environment before that. So I didn't have a lot of things to move over. But when I did move to that place, I did buy these new pen flaxes that was 13 years ago, 2010. So, um, but yeah, it's quite interesting. They do last forever, so I really like them. Reminds me of spiders. Do you eat lobster? Yeah, it is. Anything you want to keep in life and breed, it's a learning curve. I'm doing some research on keeping pigeons. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Michael Beat is the U.S. record holder for flying tippler pigeons. Still current record holder in the U.S. Since 1992, his record hasn't been beaten. So 31, 32 years strong record for flying tippler pigeons. So our partner here, Michael, Fish Easy, is also a very famous pigeon breeder. So we've been looking at expanding in the future, and pigeons are a very big thing for me. I'm really into them. I've never had the opportunity to keep and breed them because my mom was completely against pigeons because they say that pigeons are dirty and this and that and a third. So I was never allowed to keep pigeons, but I was always interested. And now that we have the opportunity to expand into other things, that's something we are considering. And I've been doing a lot of reading and research into it. And that's the one thing I gotta say is that if you're gonna do anything, do your research. You know what I mean? Like when I was first getting into plecos, for example, I did a bunch of research. Obviously, I still needed more research. Tom at TM Aquatics was a huge help. His channel, you know what I mean? Like with the 134s, I still find a lot of information there that I need to, like, because not every fish is the same. Like, yeah, I mean, you have one fish breeding really well, but then you have other fish, and you're like, okay, I need to learn more about that fish. So it's the same thing with any other thing like crawfish or lobsters or seahorses or whatever you want to keep and breed. I mean, I'm all for it. Like, these are things that we can easily breed in our aquariums, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to do your research and set up the right systems. That's all it is. What's going on, Sorte? I want to meet you. I'm visiting Toronto. Nice. My pleasure. Depending on when you're visiting Toronto, we might be able to work something out. We are not open to the public, unfortunately. Uh, we don't actually have a storefront or anything like that. We sell only to pet stores because of this reason specifically. But we'll figure something out. Mostly, like the coming months are my busy months. Like I'm working between 60 and 70 hours a week starting next week. I got a full-time position on a show, so I'm gonna be busy with that. I'm also working for the casting director on the same show, so he's gonna keep me busy for the next, I would say, 8-9 weeks. And I'm also standing in on another show full-time that's going till August. And I'm also on another show as an alien, so like I had to wear like the prosthetics and stuff. It pays a lot more, but it's gonna take up all my time between these 4 or 5 shows. I'm not gonna have a lot of time to even manage the facility here, so any spare time I have goes into that, and then also to make the deliveries. But yeah, we can, you know what I mean, if the time permits, we can work something out. uh, Yes, definitely, Heather. So having said that, we are done the unboxing. It smells like Vasilier in here. I'm going to get all these boxes out of the way. And there we go. All the boxes. There we go. That's all going into recycling. Okay. Um, as far as fish are gone, the fish goes, are we've sold quite a bit of the fish. We still have a lot of left, but we've sold all these tanks. Are you see? There's only breeding fish in them now. A lot of the tanks are empty. We still have a lot of Lucy's left to sell. We still have a lot of Angels. All the black rams are sold out. These are our pairs now. The remaining ones. So these are breeders. German ram breeders. And more black ram breeders. Some odds and ends. Plus some, this pair actually just laid eggs today. So we have eggs from them. We have a bunch of, I think 2 or 3 clutches of eggs from these guys. We don't have eggs from this pair yet, but we are expecting eggs. We have eggs from this pair. This is my favorite pair. We have no eggs from this pair yet. This pair is new. Hey, make sure you get paid well because production companies pay like thousands and thousands of dollars to use houses, especially if they want to use your whole house. It's but it could be up to 20, 30,000 dollars for a few days. If they're using just the kitchen, see what they're offering, and they usually try to undercut people. So they'll try to tell you, okay, we'll give you $500. But if it's a famous show, if it has like a lot of following and stuff, their their budget for that shoot is probably like 5,000 for the location, and they're just trying to give you 500. So make sure you bargain. Don't agree to whatever they tell you. They're like, okay, here's $500. You say, oh, $500 I didn't have before. It's great, but no, you can get up to a lot more is what I'm trying to say. So it depends on what their budget is. So do some research there and negotiate. Don't just agree to whatever they first offer to you because that usually is about 10% or less of what they actually have available for that location. So a lot of times the location manager gets to pocket the money. So like they might get 5,000 and they just want to pay you as little as possible because they get to keep the rest, right? So you have to negotiate and say, hey, listen, like you want to use my kitchen, it's great, but I definitely want to, but what's what is a reasonable amount, and whatever they offer to you, say you want more, just because of the inconvenience and things like that, and negotiate, go back and forth. You might not get the whole 5,000 that they have allocated for it, but you can get a significantly larger amount than what they initially offer. So that's all I'm gonna say because we do locations sometimes, and I hear stories on like they rent 2 houses on the same street, and one of the houses they only pay like $1,000, and the other house they pay like 50,000 because the person bargained and asked for the money, and the other house was like, oh, my house is gonna be in a movie here. I'll take the $1,000, and they treat them really poorly after they paid them the $1,000 too. But the people that got the 50,000 or 30,000 right across the street or on the same street, the same house, um, they put them in a hotel. They give them all these other things, whilst they treat the other house owner poorly just because they didn't bargain. So these are things to keep in mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So that's a very good offer. They offer to pay your rent, put you up in a hotel, and pay to board your animals. That's great. But then also, what about the time you're not in your house? How ask them. You want to be compensated for that. You know what I mean? It's not just the rent. Like that, you should talk to your LL, and also just just generally bargain. Just be like, hey, like what else can you give me? Like, this is, you know, a huge inconvenience. No, it depends, you know, like because a lot of times they want traditional, you know, houses. It's not always, you know, like depends on what they're filming. Like, I've been in some old Victorian houses. You know, the character is nice. Sometimes they like how the house looks. You know, things like that. What's going on, Flexington? So it's not necessarily anything positive or negative. They just like how the house looks. It's usually the locations manager and the director go through different house pictures and say, oh, the director will be like, I like that house. I like how that looks. You know, whatever idiotic reason they have, and they just want that house. You know what I mean? And once they're set on a house, they want that house. Like, they'll pay more once they've decided that that's the house they want too. So you do have a lot of bargaining power here. That's all I'm saying. And don't be embarrassed. Somebody wants to put your house in a movie. That whole industry is weird. Lots of intelligence people. Yeah, there's a joke in film. You're either a criminal or you're a cop. You know what I mean? Because that's usually what you have. Like, people that are just out of jail. You know what I mean? Like, you can't trust. They're not bondable, and you know what I mean? Like, you have to make sure your stuff is safe around them, type of deal. And then you have people that have, you know, like their firearms license, they're ex-cops, they're ex-military, ex-police, special services, special forces, and stuff like that. You know, so you get the everything in between those two. You know what I mean? But it's funny because here in Canada, at least, you know, in Toronto, when people come out of jail, that's one of the things they tell the people that are, you know, released from jail, is to look into film, because it's one of the only industries that doesn't require a criminal check or a credit check. So you can go work in film with a criminal record. You could just been released from jail yesterday, and today you could be sitting in a film set. So they always I always tell my friends, just be careful who you're sitting next to, because you never know, right? So this is something, you know, nobody talks about, but it's one industry where, you know, any riffraff can get in and work, and that's why it attracts all sorts of people, including like the fringe uh, types, you know, like the people that can't work a normal job, you know what I mean? Like that can't wake up in time, or, you know, that doesn't dress accordingly, you know, that have purple hair or pink hair and weird tattoos on their face and all this stuff. It attracts all that crowd. So, you know, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, good luck with it, Heather. Oh, my pleasure. So, as far as like unboxing, we're done here. Let's go downstairs and look at some of the fish. We do have a lot of black rams. We are very happy with the production. They're babies, they're still young, so they're not here. They're at Michael's. So if you want to see all the black rams we have in stock, you should follow Fish Easy, at Fish Easy, because he will be live streaming later today. And I mean, there's thousands of babies there. Like, every time he puts out a video, he shows all the baby fish. Our nursery is at Fish Easy's facility. That's where all the baby fish are usually first before they come here. And if you want to see thousands and thousands and thousands, I mean literally thousands and thousands and thousands of baby fish in one place, and a person with a full-time job of 50, 60 hours a week and a full-time ministry managing this place, it's amazing to watch. Like, he is so much more organized than myself. Everything is a lot more organized than here, and a lot more functional. Like, it's amazing. So, highly recommend checking out Fish Easy. Okay, so we'll look at some black rams that are here. Thank you, Sandy. So these are some of our leftovers. We're not selling these. These are fish we're picking breeders from. These platinum pearl scale angels. I'm super excited for these. We do have quite a bit of the pairs that are picked. I do have pairs for sale. Platinum pairs start at $250 a pair. These pearl scales start at 300 to 400 depending on the size and quality. And they are proven pairs. I have them upstairs already proven. These ones are not proven yet. But if you do want a proven pair of platinum pearl scales that are super high quality, these long fins, you see the quality on our fish. Look at the quality, okay? You can't beat this. We're exclusively producing this in Canada, nobody else. Me and my cousin are the two breeders that exclusively have this line of fish so far. But we are opening these lines out to the general public. So if you do want good quality breeding fish of this line, contact me. 300 plus for platinum pearl scales, 250 for normal starting prices, and the fish available for sale are quite large. They are about 14 months old, just as all these are. Most of these are 14 months or younger. Thank you, Fish Easy. And we have quite a bit of pairs available for sale. Let's look at some discus pairs. So this pair, I'm waiting for them to lay eggs. I'm going to take the eggs from them this time. They haven't laid for us yet. This is one of the new pairs. How to contact you for Platinum Angels. So if you want to contact us for any of our fish, the best way to do is through the website aquarium.biz. So that's www.aquarium.biz. You have a better chance of getting a response from Michael than myself, just because I get like thousands of messages to various different platforms, and I rarely respond to any of them. The only time I will actively respond is through the Facebook chat group, or if you are direct messaging me on Facebook, I will see those. Or if you have my phone number and you text me, I will respond to those. But beyond that, I really like, I get 100 emails a day from work. I get hundreds of emails from different fish people. I get 20, 30 message requests on Facebook every day. So like, I just, physically am not able to respond to everybody. But if you do want to get a hold of one of us, I think aquarium.biz, you can email us through there, and Michael is a lot more diligent with that than myself. I'm being honest here, right? Like, so it is what it is, and then he can direct you through there to get in touch and to buy fish from us. But we do not do a lot of sales to the public, except for these pairs, like, so anything we're selling to the public is a couple of $100. It's just stuff that the pet store, we don't sell to the pet store at this size, at this quality, just because they don't want to pay us the value of the fish, because they want to make a profit, and it's difficult for them to sell at full price at the prices they are. Um, and So because of that, some of the larger pairs and stuff like that we do sell individually. Again, the best way to get in touch is through aquarium.biz. That way Michael sees your emails, and then also some of it ends up in my email inbox, and then I see them. And um, the thing is, like with me, there's a lot going on in my life, aside from fish. Like I do have a job that I have to deal with. I had to deal with my agents. I had to deal with the casting directors. I had to deal with, uh, you know, producers and directors sometimes. Not as much, but the odd time. I had to deal with the other assistant directors that I'm working under. I had to deal with all these people, and they all email you. Like, and every day I work, I have to get I had to find that job for that day. So I had to actively look for jobs every single day, and I had to also book myself every single day. And then I had to correspond to all these emails back and forth. And then on top of that, I had to deal with the COVID team. For every single job, I had to do a COVID test. And so it's a nightmare, okay? And I'm overwhelmed with all the emails and contacts and communications, and they're not making it easy with this COVID garbage. So I'm really overwhelmed with that stuff. So that's just really the truth. And if I haven't gotten back to you for whatever reason, that's why. If you message me through Instagram, I probably missed a lot of messages on Instagram. I've missed a lot of messages through the Facebook page. The only ones that I've gotten back to are the people on the chat group and stuff. Fishy Mike says, I heard that sometimes fish have to take a backseat in life. Well, it's not even the fish taking a backseat, because I personally, this is why I haven't live streamed for a few weeks either, because I spent so much time cleaning. And hi, Michael.
Hello, hello.
Oh, fish easy. Princess. Sorry about that. The dog just literally dropped the camera.
Dog bulldoze. Hi, everyone. I made it. I dropped off some buckets upstairs so you can continue the unboxing.
Oh, nice. So the unboxing's done. I'm just live streaming. Sorry, guys. Then drop the phone again. Okay, there we go. The dog just like plowed through the phone. But yeah, like, you know, so once I'm done cleaning the tanks and stuff, you know, I really want to focus on the fish. The time I have, remaining time I have from work, and I'm not sleeping or resting, I just want to take care of them, because I feel like that's my responsibility, you know, before anything else. So once I do that, I'm usually tired. Like last night, I wanted to live stream at like 3 in the morning, because I was cleaning tanks at 3 in the morning. And then I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to live stream right now, you know? So that's what's going on. It's just the truth. Um, and but Fishy Mike is right. Sometimes. Oh, Sandy gets free angel fish from me. Okay, Sandy doesn't have to pay for angel fish, because Sandy sent us some breeding fish, free of charge, and because she did that, the resulting offspring, I'm sending her the F. So we have F1s from the fish she sent. The F2, so their offspring. So when I start breeding the fish that we have here, the next generation is going to be, I think, the highest quality that we can produce with that color form. So I'm going to send you some fish for what you sent me, and you don't have to pay anything. But for everybody else, we can work something out. Well, Fishy Mike has a very good question. Do we lower TDS in our 134 tanks? And yes, the answer to the question is yes, we do. It's not the TDS that really needs to be lowered. It's the pH. It seems that the fish seem to like a lower pH. So right now, the 134 group is at Fish Easy's facility, and he is focusing on them, and he's actively dropping the pH in the tank.
6.4.
6.4 pH.
Right now.
And
continues to drop.
Oh, very nice. And are you using RO? Yes.
I've let the water level just drop, but I'm going to add a little more RO water.
Okay. So, explain that here.
So, basically, they're in a 20-gallon long. Everybody's looking good, but I have a meter, so I'm watching the pH drop, and there's a lot of leaves, and I'm just basically being very careful to do it slowly, and they kind of need a water change. The water level is dropping. I'm going to try putting in a little bit more RO water to bring it back up, but at the same time not let the pH rise. I'm going to just keep, because the RO water is about 7 something, so it might raise the pH a little bit, but I might just start adding a little bit to give the simulation of a rain, but at the same time I'm going to continue to let it drop, and if it gets down low enough, I'm hoping to get some spawning activity. That's it. You know, fingers crossed. We don't know if it's going to happen, but we try.
Also, you have an experiment coming up, yes?
An experiment with
Fish food.
yes, and I'm going to show that off in tonight's live stream,
Okay.
or maybe tomorrow. Did you mention about tomorrow?
I did not, but you can if you right now.
Well, tomorrow we're going to do a dual live stream, and both of us will be talking. And this way we can show some things off actually at both facilities.
And answer questions, yes?
Answer questions, the two of us together. Kind of give, that might be an opportunity to talk about the different types of foods that we're looking into.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a certain food you're using all the time, well, that's good. But what if there's something else that's better? And so the best way to figure it out is to do an experiment to see which foods play out better. And we're going to talk about how to conduct that experiment and we'll see what it does.
Awesome. And you're going live tonight, yes?
Yeah, tonight briefly, kind of late, usually 9:30. I'll be on for a few minutes to show the latest and greatest and all those fry that Malik talked about earlier.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. We're looking forward to that.
See you there.
Awesome. All right. So Sandy had some questions here. I'm gonna quickly try to answer them. So Sandy wants to know, oh, did his tea bag container filter work for lowering the pH? Did you use that?
Yes, it's still adding tannins.
Okay.
That pH hasn't lowered.
Okay, so he's saying it's adding tannins, but the pH hasn't lowered. So I think it takes a while for the pH to start actually going down. But once it does, it will start crashing quite fast. So it's good to have a meter, like the one you see here, or a Milwaukee like the one Michael is using at his facility, or the Chinese ones that I use upstairs, you know, to constantly measure the actual pH of the water. So Sandy has a question here. I need to ask how to remove the eggs safely from the slate. Medicated. So they're medicated.
No, I'm going upstairs.
Oh.
Those fry,
Oh.
I'm going to hit those fry that are like, you know.
Are you gonna use that in a bucket?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I need to get off soon because I need to go help. But to answer Sandy's question, so when angelfish lay eggs, so I'm gonna use this as an example because I have this giant butt plug looking thing here. It's actually not a butt plug. And a few people have asked me what is the butt plug. It's actually a vase, you know, dirty mind. It's a pretty large butt plug if it is one of those, but it is not. It's a vase. It's upside down, glued onto a puck. So these are basically a water dish for a planter. You also use this for target shooting, you know, when they throw a puck in the air, like the clay ducks. This is pretty much a clay duck. It's glued in, okay? So this is what we use for our discus to lay eggs on sometimes, and sometimes also for larger angel pairs. This is very useful, okay? Now, when your angelfish lays eggs on this thing, Sandy's question is how to safely remove these. You can safely remove them using a credit card or your finger, but you do end up breaking quite a bit trying to remove it from here. I personally don't recommend doing that. My recommendation is if they lay eggs on this thing, okay, say let's say my angels or my discus laid eggs on this, and I want to take the eggs out because these are not good parents, this particular pair that laid eggs, or whatever reason they're eating them or whatever, I want to hatch these myself, okay? So first thing, you remove the container, you remove this contraption where the eggs are. Could be a slate, could be a rock, could be whatever. You take a large enough container, okay? I'm just using this right now as an example. So, okay, relax, that was my fault. Okay, so you have your large enough container. I personally like to put it upside down, okay? Like that. So the eggs are on this, in there. So the eggs are inside. You have tank water from the tank in here, okay? You can also use pure RO. We've done it before and have quite good success just using pure RO, not even the same temperature. So I have the tank at like 84. I have my RO at like 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so about 14-15 degree difference. I take the eggs, I stick it in the cold RO, put some hydrogen peroxide because we stopped using methylene blue and switch to hydrogen peroxide because it gives us better results. So put some hydrogen peroxide, 3 drops per gallon, okay? Or is it 3 or 6? 6 drops per gallon. So one of these I put 3 drops. You can put 4 or 5, it doesn't make a difference. 3% hydrogen peroxide. You put the hydrogen peroxide, you put an air line in, very small amount of flow. I'll show you harvested eggs upstairs so you can see. The reason I put this upside down into my container is because when the eggs hatch, I don't want the eggs to the hatch fry to fall into this part. I want them to fall directly onto the bottom of my container so I can see them, and if there's any that are bad or any bad eggs, or if any of the fry died in the process and are turning white, I can remove them with a syringe or a pipette or some type of contraption. Okay, because you don't want them falling into this part here. If they do, then there's probably muck in here and stuff. Chances of them getting fungus and dying are high. So that's why I like to put it upside down. Okay, if it's a slate or a rock or something, I just stick it in there and good to go. um, so to answer your question, I don't necessarily recommend removing the eggs physically. I just put it in here like this, wait for 36 hours or so, between 36 and 48 hours from the time they're laid. Sometimes it takes a day extra. They will hatch. As they hatch, what I like to do is just gently shake this as all of them hatch, so they all fall off of this thing, and then remove this. Any unhatched eggs or bad eggs would be still on this. Clean it, stick it back in the tank. All your fry are in the container safely. Okay, very good success this way. But if you try to remove them physically, there's two problems that you can have. One is that they are gonna break in the removal process, some of them, and also they can stick to each other as you're removing them. So when you, let's say, remove, let's say, a bunch of eggs, 10 12 eggs, and they all stuck together, if one of the eggs inside that clump goes bad, all the other eggs attached to it will also go bad. Okay, so you want to eliminate that problem, and this way, if you just keep the eggs intact on the slate, if one goes bad, the other ones beside it are not necessarily touching it, because the fish are smart and they lay the eggs about a few millimeters apart. So that way, the rest of your eggs will not go bad and will hatch, and they will fall to the bottom of the contraption or the container, and you can easily remove the bad eggs which are still attached to this thing, and then wash it and throw it out. What's going on, Greg? So that's my advice. This is what we do. It works really well here, and we harvest quite a bit of eggs this way, and I'll go up and show you guys some of that. And so down here, let's look at some of the fish. The water level is down in here because we are treating these guys with Metro. They have a little worm infection on their heads, so I'm getting on top of that. Some of these are available at Tails, not Tails and Scales, at Fanatics. So go to Fanatics, check them out. They're also available at other stores, but this size is only available at Fanatics. So go to Fanatics, ask them for this fish, Torrectis maculopinus, which is the rainbow firemouth, and ask them for the ones that are bred by aquarium.biz, Fish Easy, and Aquamalik, and you will find the best ones that they have. We have some of our red discus here that were born a few months ago. These guys were born on February the 15th, so they're a month and a half old. Quite nice, doing really well, growing. And we have more discus. If you want some of these discus in Kingston, Ontario, Longfin Lagoon has these in stock. He has some of the red ones as well as some of the turquoise. So check them out, and buy some of our fish through Longfin Lagoon. And some more discus. He actually has some of these as well. So highly recommend checking them out. Some more discus. These guys are our larger turquoise. They are available at Discount Dragon Aquarium in Mississauga at 888 Dundas Street East in Mississauga. So highly recommend checking out Discount Dragon Aquarium. They have these particular discus available and in stock at Discount Dragon, as well as Brampton Big L's has a very limited supply of these exact fish in stock. So go to Brampton Big L's. They are $60 each, so 60. And you can find these in stock at Brampton Big L's. They only have, I think, 6 left. And they also have a couple of these red alenkers. They have bigger ones than the ones you see here. So they have some nice red alenkers there in stock as well. So check them out and get our fish. They also have rams. We have hundreds and hundreds of these rams. Brampton Big L's, Discount Dragon, Mississauga Big Al's, Magical Aquarium in Scarborough, as well as Dragon King Aquarium in Markham, and also pretty much every other store, and Longfin Lagoons. Uh, oh, right, Longfin Lagoon also has Max, and then these Rams as well. So check them out, and some of our lemon diamond, yellow lemon diamond discus. Really nice. I really like these. So super cool. Turning around, we got some red angelfish. So these are fish that are not for sale right now. We are picking breeders from these, so they're being grown out. Their babies will be sent out to BC, to Sandy Diamond, to start her own line of red angels out in BC. My cousin has some of these out in Kingston, in Montreal right now, so we will have these available in Montreal, Toronto, and British Columbia by the end of this year or some point next year. Okay, so we are producing these in large quantities for the Canadian market, and it will be available all across Canada in the next year. Okay, my pleasure. Um, okay, get some lights on. Some more angelfish. These are the last of our angels from 2022. Well, these guys were actually born in 2023. So once these are sold, we are out of angels for a bit. We do have about 3,000 to 4,000 baby angels that are at the nursery that are going to come here in the next few weeks. So all these fish you're seeing here will be sold out before those fish start arriving. So we have clean empty tanks to start growing out fish for 2023 2024 winter, and it's going to be a fun busy season, so super excited. Got some Corridoras breeding groups that are going to be set up soon. We have the tanks for these, and we have a new rack coming out, so they're getting set up. Super cool. So that's what's happening in the facility. I'm gonna go upstairs, and I'm gonna show one little thing quickly on the third floor, and then I'm gonna sign off, and I gotta help Michael with the fish tank cleaning, and get all this work done. So highly recommend subscribing to Fish Easy and following along, because he's gonna have a live stream tonight around, I think, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And also there's going to be a live stream together, the two of us, tomorrow in the afternoon, hopefully, where we can show off the fish on both of our facilities, and also some other cool stuff. Okay, so this is a room that is under construction. All these tanks are getting redone, but what I wanted to show you was our harvests. So this is one of our angelfish harvests. You can see that. See all the eggs. So these are hatching. Probably tonight we'll have a hatch. You can see how many bad eggs, and you can see how many good eggs. This is a red longfin whale-tail pair. I'll show you the parents in a second. Very prolific and amazing parents, but we have better success, like a much higher hatch rate and survival rate when we do it ourselves. So every few times we take the eggs and we hatch them ourselves. And this is these are going to Michael's house today, and you will see babies when you're watching his live stream. So I don't know, if somebody can take a guess and say how many eggs there are, I would appreciate that. You can take a count. Okay, so that's our one spawn of angels. That's from last night, and we have two black ram spawns. So this is one of them. Very good spawn, this one. There's, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 bad eggs in there, maybe 5. The rest are all good, so all black rams in there. And then below that is another spawn of black rams, which is 12 hours prior. There are a few more bad eggs on that batch than this batch here, and you can see the egg sizes are different as well. The eggs in here are much larger, and less eggs, and the eggs here are much numerous and smaller. Um, so these are fish from the same line, from two different pairs, obviously. And also the parents of these fish are also not related. So that's why you see such a diverse sizing of eggs. It's quite interesting, these black rams. And we are breeding them by the thousands. We have quite a bit now. And they will be available through this year. So if you want some, get on the waiting list, and we can definitely supply you and your pet store with as many black rams as you can sell. Hopefully, that's the plan for 2023. So coming around, I just want to show you guys this pair of fish that laid all those eggs. It's these guys. A gorgeous pair of fish. So you see how many eggs they laid. Um, and these guys we have eggs from also. We have babies available from both these pairs. So if anybody's interested, let us know. This pair is sold. It's going out to BC. They do spawn. We have one more pair available up here. These are the pairs of platinum pearl scales and platinum pairs available for sale. These are all proven pairs. I'm selling off 4 of these pairs. $300, $300, 250, 250, 300, 400. Okay, so different pairs, different prices. I do have platinum pearl scale pairs, 400. I have one pair that's $500 right here. They're really nice. Try to get them on film, but they're not cooperating. Okay, anyways, there's various prices, but that's what we have available. And also, I'm selling this red pair, very prolific. They just spawned also. Make an offer, at least $300 or more. I can part with this pair of reds. Gorgeous fish. See how nice the male is? Gorgeous and very good parents. Brother and sister to this pair. If you want this pair, I can sell this pair, but I want $600. Nothing less, because I really like how productive they are and how prolific they are. So anyways, that's what we have going on up here. And also, real quickly, I will highlight some other fish that are for sale. These pairs, I can give you a good price on this pair. They are a gold pearl scale. Very nice, very prolific. Great parents. I think they just laid eggs again. So make me an offer. I can part with those for about $150, no problem. $500 pair right here. I've gotten offers for $400, but I said no. But if somebody gives me $450, I'll sell this platinum pearl scale pair for $450, just because she has a broken dorsal fin from a netting accident. So this was not a deformity or anything. It's just me breaking it by netting her one time. Gorgeous pair, but I won't do anything less than $450 for those. Again, $300 for this pair, this male and this female, and $500 pair in here. Where's the female? There she is. That's the female and the male. Look at them, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous fish. Anyways, that's what we have going on. If anybody's interested for pairs, platinum pairs and stuff like that, we do have one pair of discus. I think that will become available for sale soon. Not yet, but we're waiting to prove them, and then we'll make them available as well. So thank you so much for watching the live stream. I'm pretty sure there's questions. My pleasure, Fishy Mike. Heather says, those are still my favorite. And thank you, Sandy. Yeah, Brampton Big House is quite nice. What's going on, Greg? I said hi to you already. Okay, so I think we're caught up on the chat. My pleasure, Shady Grady, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And don't forget, Fish Easy will be going live tonight, so subscribe to his channel and become members on his channel because he's been recording a lot of cool content that is just going to be available for members only. But also, if you look through his videos, you can find all the cool information that he has on his channel as well. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining, and I love you all. If you haven't, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, share it, do all that good jazz. Don't let the government censorship bill ruin your experience on YouTube. Find by removing or by shadow banning channels like mine. So highly recommend staying tuned, getting connected, getting in touch with us, going to the website, get signing up for the mailing list if that's already up, you know what I mean, things like that. Staying in touch with us through social media and things like that, so that we can constantly stay in touch and you guys know when we're uploading new content, so you can stay connected. Thank you so much. I love you all. God bless you. I will see you on the next one and hope everybody's having a great Good Friday and Ash Monday, I guess, or Sunday, Monday, this whole weekend, holy weekend for all the people. So thank you so much for taking the time and hope you all have a great holiday weekend. God bless you.